Bueno, y sean todos bienvenidos a mi nuevo canal, de YouTube, Loco. Estamos de vuelta con el juego Blues and Bullet. Y ahora estamos con la continuación de la parte donde nos quedamos. Nos quedamos en que Elliot Ness había descubierto que otra persona había hecho los documentos del malvado que se ha llevado a la nieta de Al Capone. Así que continuemos y vamos a ver qué es lo que pasa aquí.
This is it.
You sure?
I'm sure.
At last. That stench of stale grease about you reminds me too much of my old job.
Trabajo.
You worked as a waiter?
I was a chef, and not in any old kitchen, at the maximum security penitentiary on Gore Island. Can't think of a better way to do time. And how do you think I met Alphonse? Playing golf?
Alphonse?
On the subject of cooking, I know your blueberry pie had an extra something. I still don't know what.
Alphonse?
¿Por qué le llama esto?
So what now? You got a plan?
Take a look around, in case there's a rear exit. I'll take the main door.
My pleasure.
Digamos, contacta con Boccarini, aquí creo que sí le llamaban, ¿no? Baccarini, así le llamaban. Perdón por no estar mucho tiempo acá, pero es que estuve un poco liado.
The fact that a criminal like him can hang up his shingle in broad daylight says a lot about Santa Esperanza.
¿En serio? Vamos siguiendo. Para ser una bandera norteamericana todavía seguimos aquí. A ver.
Someone took out sections of the fence. Odd.
De la manera como está hecha, debió haber tenido mucha fuerza. Veamos qué es lo que más encontramos aquí en la casa de Baccarini.
Interesting taste. Been centuries since a gardener visited this house. Maybe Boccarini's business isn't going too
¿En
well.
serio? O sea, el negocio de hacer documentos falsos para gente malvada. Baccarini es uno de los malvados. Desgraciados. Vamos a ver. Ok. La puerta. Ahí está. A ver, puerta, timbre. La puerta. ¿Suave o violento? Hasta para eso.
Boccarini? Carlo Boccarini?
Nothing of interest out back. Sorry. You better come see this, Mr. Ness.
A ver.
What is
¿Qué
it?
es?
I don't know how to describe it.
Oh, Dios mío. Va a haber un muerto, seguro, ¿verdad? Va a haber un puto muerto ahí. Carajo. ¿Por qué siempre hay muertos? Tarda un rato en cargar, maldición. A puñetazo limpio. Ah,
Is that our man?
Boccarini.
My God.
We have to find out who did this, and why. Let's go.
You're the detective, Mr. Ness. Besides, Alphonse will want to see this. I'll be right back.
¿en serio?
All right.
Está bien. A ver si me ayudas con algo.
I have to establish how Boccarini died. Maybe the body parts can shed some light on the motive.
Vale, esto es lo que me había encontrado. Resuelve la investigación del asesinato. Ok, esto es lo que me había encontrado. Esta es la parte del juego en donde tenemos que solucionar el crimen y averiguar qué es lo que ha pasado aquí. Ahora vamos a ver. Primero lo primero, hay que ver el cadáver.
Holy Christ, what the hell are we up against?
Pues veamos.
His eyes were pulled clean out of their sockets. Whoever did this, it wasn't their first time. And if they committed any other murders like this, it's likely that the police found some of the bodies. I must remember to ask Alice.
Veamos, una de 5, a ver otro.
His teeth were all pulled out before he was killed. The buildup of blood inside his mouth speaks for itself.
¿En serio? La pista. Ah, no es con esto. Vamos a averiguar algo más que le ha pasado a Baccarini.
This isn't a cut, it's a tear. His hands were ripped off. Who has that kind of strength?
Un monstruo, amigo. Un monstruo tiene esa fuerza. aquí hay otro. A ver, un poquito más. Nada. Ahí.
Once he got stuck in there, looks like the bottom of a glass.
Es asqueroso, ¿verdad? Mira, no hay más. A ver, me falta uno. Hay que ver bien el cuerpo. Por aquí. Por acá, a ver. Por acá esta parte. Maldición, a ver, voy a buscarlo bien el último, a ver. Ahí, tita.
Pity he won't last till Christmas, because he'd almost pass for a tree. There's no doubt the murderer took his time.
¿En serio? Veamos, investiguemos el lugar. Por aquí debe haber, ahí está.
Takes a strong man to tear that out. Or several.
Una pista. Veamos. Por acá, a ver qué hay por acá, aquí, por aquí. Si hay que hay sangre, por aquí debo ver esto.
The blood comes from the other side of the corridor and ends next to the body. He was attacked in the other room and dragged to the hall.
Eso significa que acá fue el forcejeo. A ver. Ah, su madre, tanta sangre. Vidrio roto.
The evidence suggests that the events began in the lounge. How did Boccarini encounter his murderer?
Pues esto ya tenemos que encontrar. Ay, maldición otra vez. A ver, ya está. Pues hay que descubrirlo, el leonés. Vamos a investigar. Hay que encontrar 4. A ver.
Whatever crushed the table must have been really heavy. Or maybe it was thrown extremely hard.
Vamos a buscar por aquí. Por acá. Unas manos.
Fingernails scratched the wood.
Aquí. Vino. Sangre.
Blood ran like water.
Todavía falta encontrar otra más. A ver, por aquí debe haber algo más. A ver. Ahí está.
A perfectly circular dint, as if someone had tried to hammer in a gigantic bolt, around 4 inches in diameter.
Tenemos otras pistas. Vamos a buscar por acá a ver qué encontramos. Aquí hay algo. ¿Qué es esto? Un reloj. Ahí está.
Did it break during the struggle, or was it already broken?
Pues no lo sé. Tú dime.
Blood. Blood everywhere.
Hay algo más ahí. Y ahí está.
What kind of person takes off a wristwatch without unfastening it? Or fastens the strap again after taking it off?
Vamos a averiguar más cosas, a ver. Por aquí debe haber más. Ahí. Una botella.
This was opened recently.
Nueva pista. A ver, por acá.
Smells of whiskey.
Claro que es whisky. Acabas de encontrar una botella de whisky.
Glass on the floor indicates the window was broken from outside.
Hay un arma.
There's something under there.
Me pregunto si eso me ayudará.
How'd it wind up under there?
A ver, vamos a ver. Vamos a averiguar. Ahí está.
Not one round fired. It must have happened
Si el
fast.
que tiene el arma no disparó de una vez. Lo que me quiere decir que seguro Boccarini es el que tenía el arma. Si no lo disparó de una vez, significa que el arma es de Boccarini. Encontramos aquí, a ver.
What is it with Italians and olives? They lap those things up like caviar.
Pues no lo sé, pregúntaselos a ellos.
Like a true bachelor, he should have put these into soak. Hours of scraping to get them clean. Although at this stage I don't think Boccarini's too worried about that.
La verdad ni yo lo sé. A ver por acá. Maldición, adelante. Ahí está. Y ahí está.
4 glasses. 2 of water, 2 of wine. I've always been a whiskey man, but I know a good wine when I see one.
Lo que quiere decir que alguien fue invitado aquí.
Leftover lasagna, and it looks good. Why is it that 2 out of 3 Italian gangsters are great cooks? I'll never understand what the deal is with them in cooking.
Y yo,
The plates and the glasses leave no room for doubt. Boccherini had company for dinner.
Esto tiene mucho sentido, la verdad. A ver, aquí. A ver qué falta aquí. Ahí.
One knife's missing, the biggest one.
Si falta un cuchillo es que el asesino lo debe agarrar o Boccherini. Vamos a por acá. No abre.
Shut from the inside.
Eso no es bueno. Vamos a ver por aquí. Veamos. Ya encontramos algunas pistas por este lugar y de seguro nos va a decir qué es lo que pasó aquí. A ver, vamos a buscar más en la casa antes de hacer el tablón y averiguar qué es lo que pasó. Aquí más sangre. A ver.
Jammed shut from the inside. Maybe between the two of us when Milton gets back. If I'm not mistaken, this door opens onto the same room as the locked door in the kitchen.
Entonces cerraron las dos puertas. Eso me sorprende ahora. ¿Qué encontramos aquí? Una cuchara.
Blood and some kind of sticky liquid.
Un líquido viscoso. ¿Qué podría ser? Vamos a ver por acá. ¿Eso qué es de sus manos? ¿Sus manos?
Oh shit. I should have stayed in my diner.
Yo también te digo que debiste haberte quedado a hacer hamburguesas en vez de hacer este caso estúpido, Elliot Ness. A ver. A ver, hay que sacar dedo por dedo, creo. Segundo dedos. Tercer dedo. Cuarto dedo. Y ojo. A ver qué encontramos aquí. Dientes. Falta abrirlos todavía un poquito más, así que debe haber una cosa más por acá. Ahí. Y ojo.
Are these teeth from the body? Well, at least I know why his teeth were pulled out, more or less.
Uy, ¿quién haría algo tan asqueroso para quitarle los dientes y ponerlo así como si fuera un altar? A ver.
What is that?
Es un símbolo. Y un símbolo muy extraño.
Looks like a ritual. What was Boccherini mixed up in?
No lo sé, pero de seguro no hay nada bueno. Vamos a ver por aquí qué encontramos. Por acá.
This car looks too classy for a forger like Boccherini.
¿En serio?
Are there sufficient reasons to believe that when the murderer attacked Boccherini, there was someone else in the
¿En
house?
serio?
The first possibility to be ruled out is that the car belonged to Boccherini.
Como dijiste antes, no creo que sea de Boccherini. Vamos a investigar.
Vermont plates. Someone drove a long way.
Eso me queda una buena pista. Boccherini no es de Vermont. Vamos por aquí. ¿Qué encontraste?
Let's take a look in the glove compartment.
Pues veamos.
Bingo.
¿Qué encontraste?
A man's cigarette case.
No sé qué es eso. A ver, ¿cómo saber esta cosa? Ahí.
Would be one of the Boccherini clan?
Creo que estas son todas las pistas que encontramos. Vamos a ver qué es lo que nos dice el tablón. Antes de eso, vamos a llegar por acá. Y vamos. A ver, ¿qué es lo primero que tendríamos que encontrar? El asesinato, el asalto, el asesinato. Vamos a ver. Mutilación. Por lo que sabemos, Boccherini fue matado.
Boccherini's teeth were all pulled out.
Eso es mutilación. Ahí está. Veamos qué más.
What looks like the bottom of a broken glass buried in Boccherini's back.
También de mutilación. Eso puede ser que lo no. Dos otros. Ay. Acción. Es con tap. Este.
The murderer tore Boccarini's hands off.
Ese era. Veamos qué dice.
Hands ripped off, teeth torn out. I guess I'll have to rule out criminal intent or a personal angle. Boccarini's eyes still haven't shown up. What if I look for whatever was used to remove them?
Ok, esto lo que me atrae es que seguro es el líquido viscoso que encontramos en la cuchara. Porque he visto en algunas películas en donde unas personas, para quitarle los ojos, le tuvieron que usar con cucharas y un ácido, creo.
A teaspoon stained with blood and some kind of sticky liquid.
Eso debe ser.
The mixture of sticky liquid and blood can only mean one thing. The spoon was used to remove Boccarini's eyes. The mutilations and the disappearance of his eyes suggest two possible motives. Psychopathy or cultist fanaticism.
Satanismo oculto.
Which is it?
Ocultista. Bien, por el ritual que encontramos en el baño, o sea, las
A
manos
sick altar
cortadas
of human flesh.
y el símbolo de un ocultista.
Some kind of symbol drawn in blood.
Eso quiere decir que es un ocultismo.
Although I don't know the origin of the symbol in the bathroom and the altar of flesh and teeth, I'd say the motive was some kind of occult religion.
Lo sabía.
The big question is, who did it?
Eso yo tampoco no lo sé, así que no te podría decir. Bueno, asesinato está bien ahora. Vamos con asalto. El asalto y la ventana, eso sí.
Pieces of glass from the window in the hall, found inside the house.
Sí, eso es uno. Veamos. La pistola.
A pistol, fully loaded.
¿Qué más? No es para ser invitado.
A broken whiskey glass, found in the dining room.
Claro. No. Hay otro.
An open bottle of whiskey.
La botella de whisky.
I'd say Boccarini was drinking in the dining room when his assailant burst in through the window. Boccarini pulled his gun, but the murderer disarmed him before he could shoot. Where did the torture begin?
¿Dónde empezó la tortura? Aquí, pues.
A broken table, scratched and covered in blood.
Ahí empezó la tortura. Más el reloj.
A blood-stained wristwatch, with the glass broken and the strap fastened.
Eso también. La botella.
A broken whiskey glass, found in the dining room.
No. A ver, la sangre.
Two pools of blood, one on either side of the dining room table.
Sangre.
The bloodstains show that the murderer began to torture Boccarini on the dining table
¿En
itself.
serio?
That was where his hands were torn off. As a result, his wristwatch fell to the ground. How did the body reach its current position?
¿Cómo llegó? Pues esto.
The trail of blood from the dining room to the
Lo
hall.
arrastraron después de mutilarlo. Vivo todavía. ¿Qué más? Estas cosas.
The lamp, torn off its brackets and blocking the stairs.
También.
Boccarini, already minus hands, was dragged into the hall, where the murderer used the brackets of the lamp to complete his macabre diorama.
Asco. En serio, qué asco. ¿Cómo alguien podría hacer eso? Te necesitaría una fuerza inimaginable. Y vamos con el testigo. Ya, a ver. Testigo. Coche. ¿De quién pertenece? De un tal UB.
The initials OB on a cigarette
No es de
case.
Boccarini.
A car with Vermont plates.
Vermont.
1. It has Vermont plates. 2. It's too luxurious for a criminal of his standing. 3. The initials on the cigarette case don't match his name.
También tiene
The
razón.
next possibility that needs to be ruled out is that the car was stolen. There should be evidence that there was someone else in the house.
Para encontrar evidencia de que alguien no es más, pues lo de la comida.
Dirty plates, glasses, and silverware from a dinner for
Para dos
2.
personas, tú mismo lo has dicho.
The dirty dishes and glasses prove that Boccarini ate lasagna with one other person.
¿Quién?
Was Boccarini's guest still in the house when the murderer showed up?
Eso también puedo saberlo yo. Las puertas cerradas.
The door in the kitchen, blocked from the inside. It opens onto the same room as the jammed door in the corridor.
A ver,
A broken whiskey glass found in the dining room.
¿en serio? A ver,
What looks like the bottom of a broken glass buried in Boccarini's back.
también testigo.
It seems clear that Boccarini and his guest were drinking when the murderer took them by surprise. The real question is, what happened to the witness? Did they escape? Did the murderer take them? Or are they still in the house?
Las puertas que van al estudio. Es las únicas pistas que me quedan. Y están cerradas. Eso quiere decir que él se escondió ahí.
A door in the corridor jammed shut. It opens onto the same room as the locked door in the kitchen.
Vamos.
A door in the kitchen, locked from the inside. It opens onto the same room as the jammed door in the
Lo
corridor.
único que me queda, pues vamos a averiguar.
One locked door could be a coincidence, but two locked doors which open onto the same room can't be. Either I'm completely wrong, or the witness is in that room. But I need Milton to open one of those doors.
Cierto, no tiene mucha fuerza que digamos. Creo que ya encontramos a los... ¡Carga! ¿Quién es, pendejas?
Mr. Ness, can you open the door for me?
Joder. Abrimosle la puerta.
It was open. Why did you ring?
I thought I should use the doorbell so I wouldn't startle you.
I didn't notice there was a doorbell.
Says the man Milton had left in charge of an important investigation. So, what can you tell me to restore my faith in you as a detective?
Bueno, ahora verás. He descubierto todo lo que ha pasado aquí.
What is that?
Not a good start. It's a camera, so Alphonse can see all this.
All right.
Acompáñame.
Follow me. Boccherini had company for
explicación
dinner.
buenísima.
Someone from Vermont with the initials OB. Someone whose social status was a lot higher, but who was on the same side of the law. He served lasagna, and after clearing away the dishes, they opened a bottle of whiskey in the dining room. That was when the murderer burst in on them, coming through the window which he broke with his own body weight. Boccherini, or maybe his guest, pulled a gun, but it was a waste of time. The murderer was so fast he was disarmed before he could fire. He focused his attention on Boccherini, totally ignoring the guest, and lifted him up into the air. He then threw him against the dining room table so hard that one of the glasses of whiskey was embedded in Boccherini's back. He span around, clawing at the table, and immediately afterwards the murderer ripped off his
Le
hands.
arrancó los brazos.
I have no idea how he did it, but all the evidence suggests he just pulled. Blood sprayed everywhere. The wristwatch fell to the ground. He dragged him through the corridor into the hall. He tore down the lamp, hung him from the brackets, and stabbed steel rods through his
¿En
body.
serio? Puta madre, ¿qué hago?
He skewered him on the iron bars, possibly taken from the fence outside, and pulled out his teeth one by one. Then he pulled his teeth out one by one as he died. Finally, he scooped out his eyes with a teaspoon. Boccherini must have been dead when the murderer went to the bathroom with his hands in his teeth. There, he arranged them to make an altar, weaving the fingers together and placing the teeth inside. Next, he painted something on the wall in blood, a symbol which I don't recognize, but which could have some kind of ritualistic significance.
Podría tener un significado
When
visual.
he'd finished his artwork, he left. I don't know what he did with the eyes.
Se habrán desintegrado.
You're telling me that someone did all this armed with a teaspoon?
Pues sí.
More or less.
Bueno,
And you worked all this out on your own, just by looking?
More or less.
I don't know which of the two of you scares me more.
el asesino o yo.
Wait a second. What about the guest?
Right. Come with me.
Pues vamos a abrir la puerta. El invitado nos espera. Abrila, Milton. Con toda tu fuerza, ya, niga.
Nothing.
Turns out Mr. Untouchable isn't infallible. But you were close. Congratulations.
This must be Boccherini's office. Let's take a quick look around.
Claro,
All yours.
como que todo mío. Ayúdame. ¿Para qué te pago? Busca alguna pista de despacho. Haremos con este imbécil, a ver qué quiere. Boccherini, lectura, cárcel, atrás. A ver, ¿qué pedía la cárcel?
Why'd you go to jail?
For murder. But,
You didn't do it, of course.
of course I did it. But I didn't intend
¿En
to.
serio? Lectura.
You're at a crime scene, and you sit down to read?
Exacto.
Titus Andronicus. One of the actors on the Hindenburg lent it to me. They're performing it soon. You couldn't ask for more appropriate reading material. Murder, mutilation, torture. Shakespeare's got it all.
La verdad es que tiene razón. Boccorini.
We've lost the only lead we had to help us find Sofia Capone.
Exacto.
You think Boccorini's murder could be related?
Maybe. It's hard to say.
Puede que tenga relación, ya que el sujeto quería que nadie lo encontrara y tenía que eliminar a todos los testigos que vio su cara. Vamos a ver qué encontramos aquí. Es un paquete, una maleta. Vamos a ver qué hay adentro de la maleta. ¿Qué hay adentro? ¿Dinero?
Jesus, there's at least $1 million here.
¿$1 millón? ¿Para qué alguien querría $1 millón?
Boccorini's?
I'd be surprised. Probably his guests, and I doubt it was to pay Boccorini for his services. None of his forgeries are worth that much.
Más o menos. Las falsificaciones solamente durarían por lo menos para la mitad de ese dinero. Vamos a ver.
The driver's license of one John Martinson and Osmond Burke. OB.
Do we know him?
The eldest son of the richest family in Vermont, convicted rapist. He was arrested thanks to the testimony of his father, who wound up disinheriting him. He escaped from prison last week. He broke into the family home and slit the throats of all his relatives one by one, opened the safe and got away with a fortune.
They don't make jails like they used to.
Entonces el sujeto que ha venido aquí es de la noticia que vimos en el periódico al comienzo, en la primera parte. Entonces tenemos que encontrarlo para saber dónde está el asesino de Boccorini. ¿Qué es eso?
Carlo, I have the goods for OB, but I have to take the children to school tomorrow and I can't make the meetup. Friday, same time, same
¿En
place.
serio?
It's signed NI.
NL.
These initials are getting to be a pain in the ass, right?
I have to take the kids to school tomorrow. I don't think this is some loving divorced daddy, Milton.
I take back what I just said.
La verdad no sabe tampoco qué podía ser.
All starting to add up, isn't it?
Ese. ¡No! ¡Me mató! ¡Me cortó la vena yugular! ¡Ah, maldición!
All starting to add up,
A ver,
isn't
otra
it?
vez. Esta vez sí tengo que hacerlo bien. Fuera. Este. ¡A la mierda! W. B. W. Dale, tu porrazo.
Milton!
¡Milton, huevón!
You're doing fine on your own, Mr.
¡Ayúdame, los imbéciles! ¡Ayúdame! Ve. ¡Oprime! Carajo. Carajo, qué mierda. Debe ser porque estoy cansado.
All starting to add up, isn't it?
A ver, esta vez sí. A ver. Ese. W. D. W.
Milton!
¡Ayúdame!
You're doing fine on your own, Mr. I believe it.
Bueno, ¿qué te dijeron que me acompañaron y no me D. A. S. Me va a matar, Milton. Toma. Toma la cara. Toma la cara, pendeja. Toma. Concha tu madre. Te daré tu merecido. Oh no. Vamos. Toma. Pendejo.
Get out of my way, I said! He's coming back!
Who's coming
Ah,
back?
mira.
Him! The monster!
¿Tú?
The guy who killed Boccorini?
He was a monster! Oh, get your hands off me, Negro!
Wow.
What was he like?
Fuera.
Describe him for me.
He was a monster. Red and black. I mean, his head reached the ceiling.
Dios mío.
He tore off his hands with his claws!
Dios mío.
It was a monster! A
Oh,
monster!
Dios mío.
Should I hit him again?
Sí, no, está muy alterado.
Burke, shut up.
Calla,
You're Osmond Burke, right?
¿verdad?
Yeah, yes.
Good. Now pay attention, Burke, because I have a question for you.
Exacto. Tenemos unas preguntas, documentos, nota, maletín. A ver, los documentos son de él de seguro porque ya eso hemos descubierto porque quiere cambiar de identidad de seguro. Pero por si acaso.
Who is John Martinson?
I am.
Lo sabía.
Boccarini created a new identity for you. And I'll bet that under those bandages there's a new face, fresh from
Lo
surgery.
sabía. El dinero o la nota.
Who is this money for?
Nikolai Ivankov.
Rings a bell.
One of Capone's right-hand men 20 years ago. What does this stuff about kids
¿Qué
mean?
pasa con los niños?
I don't know.
Calm down, Burke. You were going to meet up with him, right?
Yes, at the docks, berth 42, right next to where the alligator 3 is moored.
Cálmate, animal.
So what's the meetup time?
Tomorrow noon.
Tomorrow? No, it's going to be tonight.
Sí, va a ser esta noche y vas a condenado.
Don't get too comfortable. We'll be there in no time.
¿A dónde le llamamos? Restaurante, hospital, policía. A la policía.
The cops in Santa Esperanza aren't as straight as the cops in Vermont. Even so, I think they'll be delighted to see you at the
Exacto.
station.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Ness. I have to take him to
¿En serio?
Alphonse.
Out of the question. I know his temper. He'll beat him to a
Cierto.
pulp.
Listen, if the missing girl was your granddaughter, you wouldn't forgive me if I didn't let you see the only suspect who could lead us to her.
Tiene razón.
Okay.
Maldición. Ya, ¿cómo es que nos vamos?
Shucks.
What?
I thought that bloodbath would cover up the smell of stale grease. I was wrong.
Al caer la noche. Seguimos con el juego del año. Vamos a ver qué sigue. Blues and Bullet Dinner. Volvemos al restaurante, mi querido restaurante. Ese maldito me acuchilló en la mano.
Elliot?
Ah, Delphine.
Damn.
Oh, thank God you're here. The lights were off, so I thought that... I'm sorry. I got out of the hospital late, then I went to the station to pick up Jim's check, and when they told me... I'm scared.
Of what?
What are you drinking?
Zumo. Sí, he bebido zumo.
It's only juice. Juice and nothing else.
Breathe on me.
Ay, mujer.
You heard me.
Puedo. Siéntalo.
I'm sorry. It hasn't been a good day.
What's happened?
No! You knew!
Knew about what?
What's that gun doing there?
Media verdad, mentira, secreto. A ver, media verdad, media verdad.
A guy I know is having trouble with a two-bit mafioso. He asked me to go with him, just in case. I didn't have to get it out.
Well, don't. Don't start taking on the Mafia. Not now. You really don't
No, no
know?
sé nada.
No, I don't know. And if you keep up the guessing games, I'll never
Cierto,
know.
dímelo de una vez, mujer.
He's back.
Who?
Him. I don't know why it still surprises me, but it's incredible that you were such a good detective, and yet you've never been able to understand
¿Tienes
people.
una o la otra? Nunca puede ser.
Capone got out of jail.
Ya lo sé.
Where'd you hear that?
Chief Jenkins.
Chef.
Chief Jenkins. The same guy who said he was going to clean up Santa Esperanza, right? In that case, you can rest assured Capone just put on his striped pajamas, and in 4 minutes' time, he'll be snoring in his cell.
Elliot, what if it's true? If he's out, what's the first thing he's going to do? Who does he hate more than anyone?
Pues a mí. Jurado, juez, superioridad. Superioridad.
Let him come. He'll find the fastest waiter in Santa Esperanza. Before he can pull his gun, I'll have him dead drunk.
Exacto.
Please, Elliot, don't joke. You're the only part of Jim's life that I have left. If you put yourself in danger,
Ahí onda, rodilla, hombro. Hombro, hombro, hombro. El hombro, el hombro.
I'm fine. Thanks.
Se quieren mucho, se quieren mucho. Mafioso, boxeo, cocina. Mafioso.
My hand? Just because I didn't use the gun doesn't mean we didn't run into problems. But
What's
nothing I
going
couldn't
on,
handle.
Elliot?
Ay, Dios.
We're closed.
Can you wait outside for a couple of minutes, Milton?
Exacto.
Sure, of course. Although, I'm sorry to say, but we're short on time.
Podrite.
Elliot,
¿No?
Um,
El caso. Dolphin.
I said a couple of minutes, Milton.
it's all right.
De...
Goodbye, Elliot. You can use that couple of minutes to teach this gentleman some manners.
Ay, Dios mío. Hasta Milton sabe.
No, and it's none of your business.
Sorry to butt in. I've brought your rapist costume for the party.
Cierto. Hasta Milton sabe. Hay onda ahí.
Seriously, you're not...
No, she's the wife of a friend who died in the line of duty, Jim Dockers.
Dockers todavía.
Alphonse told me about him.
Your Alphonse killed him.
Cierto. Por eso fui a
Yeah, I'm
matarlo.
sorry, Mr. Ness. Although he's not the same man he was. Anyway, isn't the deal with marriage until death do us part?
It's not that simple. There are other
¿Qué
factors.
cosas? Lealtad, amistad. La amistad.
Delphine and I have been friends a long time, and I don't have many friends. I can't risk losing her.
Right. So you like her, but you don't have the
No
nerve.
conmigo.
Oh yeah? What would you do?
Ajá. ¿Qué harías tú?
Women have never been one of my priorities.
¿Eres gay?
I'm sorry.
Forget it. Shit. You screwed Alphonse good, didn't you?
Claro que sí.
I don't think he holds it against me this far down the line. He's a new man now, right?
Claro que sí.
Did you enjoy it?
No, de ver.
I'm a cop. Correction, I was a cop. You do the job you're given. End of story.
I hear you. But you didn't finish the next job they gave you. Did they find those kids?
No.
¿Qué tal?
How do I look?
¿Se parece?
Like the invisible man in the movie. No one's gonna buy it.
Take it easy. Everything's going to work out
Claro, va a
fine.
salir bien. Soy Elio Ness, pendeja. ¿Por qué siempre tarda en estos juegos a veces? Bueno, dejaremos esta parte del juego hasta aquí. Espero que les haya gustado. Esta es la segunda parte de Blues and Bullet, la historia de los Ness para ayudar a Al Capone a rescatar a su hija y de vuelta a la cárcel. Pendejas. Espero que les haya gustado. Soy Loco, Tomorrow. Hasta la próxima. Bye bye.